The diversity and abundance of Outer Banks fishing is legendary. Deep ocean trophies roam the offshore Gulf Stream. Blueflits the beach every fall. Outer Banks piers produce incredible size and variety of fishing action. And now, there's an exciting new way to fish the most remote areas of the South. Learn how and where to catch the big ones from Outer Banks experts, right here on the Outer Banks Fishing Report.
The Outer Banks Fishing Report is brought to you in part by Pirates Cove Yacht Club and Marina, the ultimate in waterfront living.
Hi, my name's Wes Lassiter and welcome to the Outer Banks Fishing Report. I fish tournaments from St. Thomas to Nantucket, and to anglers everywhere, the Outer Banks means world-class fishing. In the next few minutes, we'll take you from the surf to the sound, the pier to offshore, and we'll show you when, where, and how to fish the Outer Banks. It's all coming up right here on the Outer Banks Fishing Report. A chair like this means one thing: fighting big game fish far offshore. When you take a charter trip to the blue Gulf Stream waters off the Outer Banks, it can be the experience of a lifetime. When you're sitting here, hooked up to a tuna or a dolphin, or possibly a big blue marlin, you'll know why they call it a fighting chair. Let's go offshore fishing from Pirates Cove.
Dawn at the Pirates Cove Yacht Club and Marina. The morning light silhouettes exotic profiles of the offshore fishing fleet. One by one, charter boats slip away for another day's hunt in the blue waters off the Outer Banks. Aboard are passengers who came to Pirates Cove for a single purpose: to travel far out to sea, to challenge the Gulf Stream, to get a line on something wild. The trip to the offshore fishing grounds provides its own magic. The fleet charges out together, its destination determined by a changing pattern of wind, sea, and intuition. Porpoise may come to play in the bow wave. Hardware designed to tame the biggest game lay it ready. The mates spend time rigging baits, usually small fish called ballyhoo, with leader and hook. The captains keep watch from the bridge for signs of fish.
Outer Banks is a great place to fish. You get so much variety. You get a lot of good inshore fishing for your mackerel and bluefish, and you have a lot of good offshore fishing for dolphin and tuna and wahoo and marlin.
When the water turns abruptly from green to deep indigo blue, the boats have reached the Gulf Stream. The stream is a warm ocean river moving north from the tropics. It runs close to the Outer Banks, carrying with it a wide variety of trophy game fish.
When two eddies come together, the warm water of the Gulf Stream and the Labrador Current, which is a southbound cold water current, makes the bait fish rise to the surface, and henceforth a lot of tuna and marlin and dolphin will seem to follow these current edges, and a lot of times that's what we go out and look for.
In the Gulf Stream, the Pirates Cove charter fleet slows to trolling speed. As many as 8 lines are towed behind to create a bait spread to attract fish. With instinct born of long experience, captain and mate fine-tune the spread.
The distance from the boat or the formation in which you pull your lines just depends how the fish are biting that particular day. That particular day, like sometimes tuna fishing, you have to drop your lines way back to get a strike. Other times you may want to pull your lines close to the boat to keep them free of grass if you're running up and down a grass line or something like that. So that changes throughout the day.
All eyes turn to stern to watch and wait. At any time, on any boat, calm expectations may turn to explosive action. Blue marlin, white marlin, tuna, wahoo, dolphin, sailfish. Beautiful, powerful, and wild. On any given day, this array of legendary game fish swim by the Outer Banks, and when the fight is on, neither fish nor angler knows who will be the victor. Drop by the docks of Pirates Cove any afternoon and watch tired but happy charter passengers show off their world-class catch. Then book a fishing trip offshore. It is truly the opportunity of a lifetime to get a line on something wild. Join any of these professional Pirates Cove charter captains for an unforgettable Outer Banks offshore fishing experience.
For effort per hour from captain and mate, I don't think there's any place that beats Outer Banks. You get in more hard fishing per day here than anywhere else in the world.
Call Pirates Cove Yacht Club and Marina at 473-3906 to experience Outer Banks fishing at its finest, or take a moment to tour this magnificent residential community. Pirates Cove Yacht Club and Marina, located at the west end of the Washington Balm Bridge on the causeway to Manio.
Watch Resort Homes on the Vacation Channel, TV 12. For about 100 years, this distinctive spiral has been the Outer Banks' most familiar landmark. The Cape Hatteras Lighthouse warns mariners of the treacherous Diamond Shoals and is the tallest of 7 beacons guarding the Carolina coast. The smallest lighthouse marks Ocracoke Island, and the light at Body Island helps guide sailors through the dangerous waters of Oregon Inlet. The Corolla Light was the last lighthouse built on the Outer Banks, and the only one currently open to the public. Despite modern radio and satellite navigation aids, the Outer Banks lighthouses remain in operation as essential sentinels guarding the waters once known as the graveyard of the Atlantic.
There's a new and exciting way to reach some of the Outer Banks' best fishing holes. Take a look at airboat fishing in the Sound.
There's only one way to find action like this in the backcountry of the Outer Banks Sounds, and that's in one of these. The shallow waters and shifting channels of the Sounds have long been a barrier to sports fishing exploration. But airboats, half airplane, half boat, run on just a whisper of water and open up virgin Outer Banks territory for light tackle angling.
The trout, puppy drum, bluefish, croakers, spot, you name it. Everything that's in the ocean is just about in the Sound when it comes to near-shore fishing.
Airboat Industries in Nags Head recently expanded its tour operation into charter fishing trips on the Sound. Two of the first anglers to join Captain Charlie Dunn were Terry Stewart, owner of TW's Bait and Tackle, and local expert Brian Horsley. The airboat, the Sand Skipper, was specially designed for fishing with a casting platform and outboard engine for trolling and backup. She is at her best with the pedal to the metal. At close to 50 miles an hour, the Sand Skipper can travel where no conventional boat would dare.
So you can take a direct line to any point in the Sound you want to go. You don't have to go around your elbow to get down to where you need to go fishing. You can go in a straight line.
Charlie took a straight line south across Oregon Inlet to the flats behind the Pea Island National Wildlife Refuge. From his raised cockpit, it's easy to spot fish cruising the flats or the holes where fish hold waiting for fry.
Basically a deep spot around the shallow shoal and just a place where bait would be coming out of a creek and kind of hang around the edge of the grass.
The tackle of choice is ultralight with a curly tail grub or bucktail retrieved with a jigging action just above the grassy bottom. On ultralight gear, even a small speckled trout is a fun fight.
Nice track. Nice track.
See our mark?
Trout. Chips.
And with no propeller or exhaust in the water, airboats produce little underwater noise, so you can move to productive areas without spooking fish. Trout, bluefish, or puppy drum will take a grub or bucktail. Charlie worked Terry and Brian north, picking up speckleds and Taylor bluefish. But when he stopped at a favorite slough behind the Body Island Light, they found the puppy drum.
Go ahead. What place?
Puppy drum, also known as redfish, start appearing in the Sound in the spring and grow steadily bigger through the summer and fall. The key, like in all fishing, is finding the right spot. And you can be sure, in an airboat, that the search will be as exciting as the fishing. Later in the day, Terry and Brian join one of the tour boats for the e-ticket ride. The thrill ride is just one part of an airboat tour. Along the way, you'll see the Outer Banks, sounds, wetlands, and wildlife in their pristine state. A charter fishing trip will take you to the untouched fishing grounds for superior light tackle angling. To arrange a full or half-day airboat fishing charter or a beautiful and exciting 30 to 40-minute tour, call the Airboat Marina today at 441-7877 or drop by the Airboat Marina on the Causeway to Manteo in Nags Head.
What is a tasty and simple way to cook bluefish? How do you prepare soft-shell crabs? What types of fish are best for grilling? If you love seafood but are unsure of how to select and prepare it, this video is for you. Outer Banks Master Chef Craig Hartman takes you step by step through his favorite local recipes. Craig's cooking tips and ideas on selecting seafood will help you prepare Outer Banks recipes like an expert. This program was produced in duck by Metro Video Productions of Williamsburg. At $19.95, it makes the perfect gift for Christmas. Call 800-825-7897 to order with Visa or MasterCard. Enjoy seafood at home prepared Outer Banks style with this informative video. Order today by calling 800-825-7897 for seafood Outer Banks style.
It doesn't take a boat or a lot of equipment to enjoy fishing on the Outer Banks. Just take a rod and reel to the beach. Terry Stewart of TW's Bait and Tackle shows us the basics of surf fishing on the Outer Banks.
I've been fishing for about 35 years. I enjoy fishing other places. In Florida and the Bahamas is great, I love it, but I always enjoy coming back home and fishing around here. Just a tremendous variety. The Outer Banks has miles of beautiful surf line to fish, and boat is not required for some of the best fishing we have. Anything from spot to croaker to flounder to speckled trout and gray trout, big bluefish, small bluefish, world record size red drum. We call TW's the angler's choice. We like to have anglers of all classes come in and be able to get what they want to go fishing. We like to try to be able to help anyone out no matter what their class of angling is or what they're after. We hate saying no when they have a request for something, so we have a very large inventory. Well, during the summer season, we have a lot of first-time fishermen come to the Outer Banks on their vacation. It surprises me how many people are trying it for the first time. And at minimum, you need like an 8-foot all-around surf combination, a few bottom rigs, a sand spike, some line on your reel, and a little bit of bait, and you're set, ready to go to the beach. Here we have 3 outfits for your Outer Banks surf fishermen. First, we'll start with a 6.5 to 7-foot light-action spinning rod with a small spinning reel spooled with 8 to 10-pound test line. This model has a mirror lure on it, which we use for speckled trout. This rod and reel also can be used for your flounder and your pompano. A lot of fun during the summer with a small outfit. Next, we have a 9-foot surf spinning rod with a medium-sized spinning reel. We would spool with 15 to 17-pound test line. On this outfit, we have a Sting Silver, which we use for the Spanish mackerel. This rod would also be your all-purpose surf fishing outfit for the beginner fisherman. Next, we have an 11.5-foot large surf spinning outfit, a larger saltwater reel, spooled with 20-pound test line. We use this for your big bluefish, and also we use for your red drum fishing. This outfit casts more weight, casts further for those rough days when the big ones are biting. The classic Outer Banks fishing experience would definitely be a bluefish blitz, something that you just can't imagine the excitement going on, the size of the fish that are being caught until you've experienced it. Thousands of birds in the air, bait fish all over the beach, usually menhaden that the bluefish has chased up onto the beach, fish breaking everywhere in the water. Everybody that's still got a lure on their line is generally hooked up with their rods bent. Everybody else is scrambling to obtain more lures and get back into the water, or they're taking a fish off their hook. It's pretty much a madhouse. It's a great experience. Four-wheel drive, if you have one, does give you an advantage. You can go north of Corolla, or you can go to Oregon Inlet, or further south on Hatteras Island. There's miles of beaches you can drive. Without a four-wheel drive, which is really no problem, just take a look right in front of where you're staying or one of the beach accesses close to you. Take a good look up and down the beach, especially if you can do this on low tide. It works a lot better on your low tide because you can see your sloughs and you can see your sandbars much better. For an example, right here on your outer bar out there, you see the white water breaking just because it's shallow and it makes the white water break. In here a little bit closer, the water's not breaking as much, so it's deeper right here than it is, say, out there 50 yards. So you got a little slough running right up and down the beach here. So this would be a good spot to fish right here in this slough. Especially during the summertime, it'd be a very good spot to catch flounder and trout. Well, anytime you see birds working, that means something's going on. And a lot of times it means bait fish, but generally where you have a lot of bait fish, you'll have the bigger fish feeding on them. Generally speaking, spring, summer, or fall, if you'll fish with a 2-hook bottom rig and some bait, that bait depends on really what's in the area at the time, but good baits year-round is bloodworms, cut mullet, squid, and shrimp. Those are good baits year-round. Surf fishing's real easy. It's something the whole family can enjoy. It's pretty inexpensive to do as far as entertainment for your whole family for a day or for a week. And pretty much you can catch fish. It may be small spot or croaker or flounder, but you can catch fish and have a good time and really enjoy doing it. Something the whole family can do together and have a good time.
For expert advice and the Outer Banks' largest inventory of fishing supplies, visit the Angler's Choice, TW's Bait and Tackle at Milepost 4 on the Bypass in Kitty Hawk and Loblolly Pines in Duck.
Watch Your Dream Home on the Vacation Channel, TV 12. The Outer Banks has been the scene of many landmark events in American history. In 1584, the New World's first English colony settled on Roanoke Island, only to disappear without a trace a few years later. The ruthless pirate known as Blackbeard raided passing ships from his home port on Ocracoke Island and slipped into the twisting channels of the Pamlico Sound to avoid capture. With little more than a boat, oar, and raw courage, the surfmen of the U.S. Life-Saving Services saved hundreds of mariners wrecked on the Outer Banks' treacherous shoals. And there is no doubt that Orville and Wilbur Wright's first powered flight from a windy Outer Banks sand dune at Kitty Hawk changed the face of the world forever.
Perhaps the easiest way to catch fish on the Outer Banks is from a pier. And a place like the Nags Head Fishing Pier is a fun family spot for a great day of fishing.
One of the most relaxing, affordable, and exciting ways to fish the Outer Banks is from an ocean pier. Nags Head Pier is a fishing hotspot extending some 750 feet into the Atlantic. The pier's pilings are natural fish attractors, and its length allows anglers to fish past the surf zone for nearshore species big and small.
Spot, croakers, sea mullet, flounder. You got two types of trout. You have speckled trout, gray trout, Taylor blues, and of course you got the large blues coming in the spring and the fall. Cobia, speckled trout, I said that, speckled trout, got cobia, the king mackerel, occasionally we'll get amberjack, jack crevalles. It's so numerous. You get triggerfish, sea bass, just hundreds of fish really you probably catch off the pier.
The Nags Head Pier attracts both experts and families getting their first taste of Outer Banks fishing. The pier is a fun and safe way to introduce children to fishing with no dangerous surf or long boat trips. Everything you need from rods and reels to lures and bait is right here for rent or sale, and pier personnel will make sure that you are rigged and ready when the fish start biting.
When you come here, we can tell you what's biting and what you need, and try not to sell you a store full of tackle that you're not going to need, because we are right here on the pier. We know what's being caught, and we can tell you. We can tell you the color, we can tell you the lure, and just about anything you really need to know about pertaining to the fishing on the pier, or a lot of times in the surf, but definitely on the pier.
You don't need a lot of equipment or experience to catch fish at the Nags Head Pier. A 6 to 7 foot rod and simple 2-hook bottom rig is all you need. Bait up with bloodworm or shrimp and drop the rig over the side to catch spot, croaker, or even a flounder or Taylor bluefish. More experienced anglers cast lures off the pier and reel them in with a unique jigging action, so the lure will look like an injured bait fish. Shiny metal spoons or bucktail jigs will attract passing bluefish. Leadhead jigs with colorful twister or shrimp tails catch the prize speckled trout. And fast-running lures like these gotchas do the trick when Spanish mackerel charge the pier for explosive summer fishing action. The end of the Nags Head Pier is where experienced anglers come to catch the big ones. Hard-fighting king mackerel up to 45 pounds and citation-sized cobia are regular catches. Chris Gilmore of Portsmouth, Virginia, caught this 40-pound king early one morning at the Nags Head Pier.
Rod, bzzz, you set the drag on it, went off. And I ran over to the rod, took the clicker off, and set the hook on it. And it first off went towards that buoy. I thought it was gonna get hung around the buoy. And so I tightened up on the drag a little bit, and the fish come back, crossed here, back around and down to the beach, and Ron gaffed him in the surf. In the surf? In the surf, right in the surf. Took me about 35 minutes to get it in. It was a big king, 40 pounds, 55 inches long.
These anglers use a special 2-rod Outer Banks pin rig system to float a live fish out where the bigger fish live.
Well, what it is really a breakaway setup. You've got one line that's an anchor line that you just throw out. All this, on this end of it is like an anchor for a ship, but it's 8-ounce weight with nails in it. Then you hook your fighting rod, you call it your fighting rod. Take that and you've got a breakaway that slides down that anchor line. You can let it out as far as you want to, keep it in as close as you want to, and fish to depth if you want to. And when the fish hits it, it breaks off of that anchor line. The anchor line will stay out there all day long unless something happens to cut the line. So once you get on your fighting rod, you just fight him and come back and put another one on out there and do it again.
So whether you're a pro out to land a citation or a beginner out for your first fishing thrill, try the affordable, convenient excitement of the Nags Head Fishing Pier. Bring your own tackle or choose from a full selection of rods, reels, rigs, and bait for sale or rent. And the Oceanfront Pier House restaurant will even cook what you catch. The Nags Head Fishing Pier, a great place for everyone to catch the excitement of Outer Banks fishing.
I think day in, day out, you're gonna catch more fish off a pier. You can cover more area. You can cover shallow water, you can cover deeper water, you can get behind the breakers, you can get in front of the breakers. It's just, different fish live in different locations, and you get to experiment and catch fish in different places.
The Nags Head Fishing Pier, milepost 12 on the Beach Road in Nags Head.
Thank you for watching the Outer Banks Fishing Report on the Vacation Channel TV 12. My name is Wes Lassiter, and keep a tight line.